Hey, what's happening, Champion Squad? Welcome your beautiful faces back to the channel. And today we're going to be learning on how to improve your solo decision making. You guys showed a ton of support on the recent video that I posted, so we're going to hit it with round 2. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like rating. It is always appreciated. Let's see if we can break 1,000 likes.
Watch my back. First blood. SMG here. Shield down.
So as we enter this first gunfight, I do want to pause it really quick just to point out how I was actually pre-aiming this doorway right here. This squad ended up dying, and then it was one squad left. Notice how I'm pre-aiming this doorway. As I'm walking and crossing out in the open, there's no cover in sight, so I need to be pre-aiming. That way I have the first shots on this enemy. Pre-aiming. Notice he wasn't pushing, then I make the aggressive play. That means they have to be low. If they're not challenging on the spot, they're obviously healing, so I need to capitalize on this damage dealt by the previous team.
Got him. Aye. We downed another.
Reloading. Tango killed.
All those numpties are down for the count.
Half the squads are
Recharging.
up ahead.
And what I love doing, especially when somebody catches me off guard, is juking the initial shots. If I can get this person to waste that first magazine, that's going to create ghost time when they have to reload. Those extra few seconds while they're reloading is going to help you escape the situation. But for me, in my case, it was going to help me get this armor swap in this box. So again, when they're shooting at you and you don't know exactly where they are, keep a slight strafe, no matter if it's left to right, up and down. For me, in my case, it was actually up and down. For this specific situation, though, if I was keeping sort of a left to right strafe, it was going to benefit this player up here. Let's say hypothetically I was this guy shooting from on top of here. If the player down low was strafing left to right, the vision this player sees on top here for a left to right strafe on this player, it would essentially be non-existent. There wouldn't be any movement. It would just be going farther away from the player and closer to the player. So by me moving forward and backwards made it very tough for that player on top there. I get the armor swap, but I'm almost cracked again. And this is where I need to completely run away from this situation, create as much distance as possible, and try and get this player off my tail so that way I can heal.
Recharge. Healing up. Enemy here.
So my teammate was sort of looking for this player at the same time, trying to back me up, making sure they're next to me. But they actually almost got me killed in this situation because they weren't peeking when I needed them to. If you look at my health compared to my teammate's health, I am obviously one shot. I took a med kit and my teammate is pretty much full there. Just down one syringe. I'm pinging my life away so my teammate knows that we're getting pushed so they can force the challenge, aka to body block me. So if you're a teammate in this situation, making sure you're paying attention to your teammate's health and then body blocking or taking the fight. So I'm panicking in this situation and my teammate's in this corner hiding. So that is a big no-no. If you're this player here, make sure you're taking the damage first. You need to body block your teammates if they're low on health. So as I'm rotating to nearby shots, I want to cover a quick little solo tip that's going to help you out greatly if you're solo queuing no fill, or even if you're solo queuing with a teammate. Right now, I am pre-aiming at this Octane who is pretty far away from me. So it's going to be very tough for me to get some nice, solid connection of shots off on this player. And since I haven't shot yet, I wasn't antsy to shoot right away. A lot of players I notice, which is a big mistake, is as soon as they see someone, they tend to shoot at them right away, instantly. Oh, I need to shoot. It's good if you're going for like a 4K damage badge, but in general, if you're trying to get a secure, super smooth squad wipe, you don't want to shoot as soon as you see someone. You want to shoot when you have the best exchange possible, because when you fire at someone, they're going to start taking positioning, they're going to start calling out, and it's going to become a much tougher fight. However, If your opening to the fight is very good and you deal a massive amount of damage, then it's going to be hard for them to capitalize, and then you can capitalize on it. Heard the pathy, jump around in this house, and this is going to be covering a very crucial solo tip, which is walking initially. When you're walking up on a squad, that's why everyone says, let's walk up on this fight. That means you're literally walking. You want to prevent making as much noise as possible, so that way they don't know where you're coming from, and that's going to give you a really good exchange opportunity. Here he is out in the open. He doesn't even know that I'm here, and this player needs to walk up this entire staircase before he can get to his first piece of cover. So that's why walking up on a fight is so crucial.
Got that hooligan shield. Reloading. Enemy down.
And I do quickly want to break down this door fight because I feel like a lot of players struggle when it comes to fighting against doors when you're one-on-one. Kick it down once, and then I start spamming X. When you spam X on a door, if they're not completely up against it, it's going to start wiggling the door. He's going to be a lot more nervous. He's thinking, wait a second, this door's opening. Now, let's say I got to this door before he actually started taking this bat. So I'm pretty much late on this door because I have to shoot at the Octane. So this pathy is definitely going to get this bat off if I kick it down twice. But if I catch him taking a bat and I'm immediately on the door, you have time to kick the door down twice and he'll just get the bat off. Sometimes they won't. But in this situation, again, we did the wiggle door peek where you kick it once, spam X, or spam open the door, should I say. So if you're on mouse and key, just the interact button to open the door itself. You want to spam it and it's going to start to wiggle. They'll get nervous and next thing you know, the door opens up for you.
XPs are coming.
Alrighty guys, here we go, walking up to the next squad fight here, and they ended up bunkering themselves down in here. And what I love doing when it comes to building fights, especially when there's doors on the buildings, I always immediately try and break as many doors as possible. If they don't have any more doors on their building, that's going to create opening shots. And especially since I'm not using a shotgun like a PK, EVA, or immediate close range weapons, we're pretty far out right here. When you break down doors, you're going to have free angles on the people inside the building. It's also great to break down doors early on because then it doesn't extend the fight. You know, if they're sitting on the other side of the door, you start walking up close on it, then you're going to have to kick it down. If you can avoid a door fight, avoid it at all costs. So here I'm walking up. I'm going to use my ult for the first door to make a lot of noise on this side of the building. And then I'm going to swoop my way out back to the backside here and take the fight in the back. I did this in hopes to cause those players to focus their attention to the front. And then I can sort of work the back area while they're not paying attention.
Singularity deployed. Arc star out.
And here's exactly what I'm talking about. I can utilize my cover, which for me in my case at the moment is going to be a left to right shoulder peek on this box itself. And then I can also actually play right here on this bin, which is another left to right shoulder peek on the bin. So I have great angles from the bin, and I also have great angles exactly where I'm at right now. And if you notice, if the player decides to peek from the door, they have no cover. But you can argue, I guess they have sort of a left to right on the edges of the doors. That's their only cover. But for the most part, I'd say I'm in the advantage when it comes to this gunfight situation.
Take 'em. Eyes to the skies. A care pack.
Taking a knee. Patching up.
So I hear this rope. This player is already behind this bin, crossed immediately. Right now, my only cover is this box here, which is going to be a left to right cover. The player in front of me has a beautiful, beautiful little head glitch if she peeks right there, or she can just do a left to right on the bin. So my approach to this gunfight was very poor. Hits me 3 times and I barely get any damage off. I'm one shot. I'm getting vantage sniped from my right. We were talking about the lack of cover I had. So not only I'm one shot, but I also have a lack of cover. And we're sort of stuck in this positioning here. Luckily, I do have gold armor. So that's going to really help me in this situation. So I need to heal up with some quick cells and keep things moving. I don't want to be standing still because they're going to be working for some more angles on me since they already know I'm one shot.
Recharging. shields.
Cancel the bat, take a cell. Not only are they getting angles, but they're also throwing nades at my positioning. So if I stayed there to heal, I'm getting insta knock 100%. So I need to keep things moving.
Double timing. Get rid of this ship. Taking fire.
Reloading.
Top of the chimney. Off the right. I'm spotted.
That Wraith tried to capitalize on the damage she did on us, which was not a bad play at all. Definitely good to push there, but more of that was like a headless push. If she would have posted up maybe on the bins here or this tractor, or just pushed up and played off cover, then she probably would have got a potential knock on me or my teammate.
Reload. Heal it up. Hold tight. Got your back.
Eyes up. Incoming up. Pop smoke. Put the red down range.
Cracked an enemy shield. Shields reach top of the chimney. Ninja here. My shields are recharged.
My shield to recharge.
Enemy shield. Recharging my shield.
So we have a horizon right here, Loba TP'd out back right here, and then we also had the Vantage off to our right, but that Vantage showing appearance, showing presence, and shooting at this two-man team ended up causing this two-man team to back up. That's why they backed up in the first place. Me and my teammate, we did absolutely no damage to this team. So if that Vantage didn't shoot and show presence, this team would have probably full sent us, especially with sort of how they were hitting the shots. They ulted us. They were getting very aggressive with the wingman. I can tell right off the bat, this is a good team and they're hitting the shots. And the reason I'm telling you this early is because I do a sneaky little play in just a second here.
Top of the chimney. 45 seconds. Grenade bomb.
Look at the Vantage right here. She's not part of the team, that two-man team in front there. And I shot the horizon. I hit the horizon 28 plus 66. What is that? You guys do the math. Almost about 100 HP. And the reason I'm helping out the Vantage in this situation is because I knew this two-man team is decent. They're probably two stacking. And again, I'm solo. I do have a teammate, but we're not communicating. So I'm essentially teaming and helping out this solo because I want that two-man team dead. I want to do everything in my power. And I saw a beautiful opportunity to do it.
Reloading. Enemy here. Eye sharp. Enemy here. Reloading.
And that Loba is one shot. Gets a great TP out. I drop down from the flank so they don't expect. Beautiful shots off Horizon. Now they're both extremely low. Clean up the Loba.
Being shot at. Like that building shield. Clean up to right here.
Rings moving. Hustle up. Care package being delivered.
Care package. Broken enemy shield. Let's shift our orbits that way. Bots are shooting at me.
So as I start walking up on some local gunfire, we have the last three squads in the area. So it's me and my team. We have the Vantage sniper that I just got tagged by, and then also the team in front of me. So now we know exactly where everyone is. I also have to keep in mind that I did get tagged with that sniper. So that first shot again is 50 damage. Second is 100. Get the beautiful one mag.
Give my shield to recharge.
Need to capitalize on this knock. I can't let them get the opportunity to res. That player bails the situation, so I'm going for the thirst. When you have players that have nades in their hands and they're sort of spamming them, especially with the arcs here, he's looking to stick me. So there's two things you can do in a situation like this. You can either run away and take some cover to avoid this nade damage, or you can push through it. I'm shooting and moving forward past the nades.
Taking a wee bit of damage.
Off the mic. I'm spotted.
The shield's recharging.
Give me a second. Recharging shield.
Fast stiff here.
Good work. We're inside the next ring. Get out of the ship.
What's the wee sound like between things?
Heads up. Stopping the pay. Fire.
Broken enemy. Healing up.
All I have is
Shield
three
battery in here.
syringes. I got plenty of this
The ring's
shit.
our neighbor.
45.
Thanks, jump jets.
Take fire.
Crack that hooligan shield. Reloading.
But if you guys want to see a game where I'm solo queuing without a teammate, make sure you check this video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.